Normally, if I'm talking to someone who I don't know, I'll ask, so, how was your day? But if your day was anything but good, I don't want to hear it. My dog died. Yeah, they do. Had that look in our eye like, yeah, we know each other. So I went over to her and I said, hi, Rachel, are you James from The Odd Ones Out? You didn't go to high school with her. Okay, well, I'm gonna go now. Good luck on your own. Yeah, I am. What's your name? Maria? My name's James. You already knew that. Guys, let's talk. I'm going to tell you something I thought I would take to my grave. So if we ever meet each other in real life, you're not allowed to make fun of me for this. I, James, was a bedwetter until I was 8 years old. So I got hit many times by them, and then I broke one of the rules. I ran away like anyone should when getting hit by light amplification by simulated emissions of radiation. I found one of my friends and I said, did you see the guys with the strobe lights? And he said, yeah. And they gave me this scar. And he had a 12-inch scar on his face, and I'm just kidding, that didn't happen, it was lasers. So I had a hamster once, and one day I was cleaning its glass cage outside, and I had it flipped upside down. And I thought, I wonder if I can stand on that. There was blood everywhere. Looking back, I'm so glad I got a single room because that room couldn't even fit myself. Literally, I could stand in the middle of the room, hold my hands out, and without moving my feet, I could touch the walls of the room. Maybe I just have long arms, I don't know.
Now, can you like motion track and composite in some animated stuff into this?
3D.
So we're like,
make it like
interacting.
difficult.
Like, oh my goodness, can you motion track a dude here? And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
yo, what's up, stick figure, dude? How's it going?
He's right here.
Oh man,
He's moving across the
it's
screen
so
right
good.
now.
It's so good to see you. Yeah, you're so famous from all the
That I
videos.
just made.
He was a lot shorter than I imagined. You know, everyone I met was a lot shorter than I imagined. Maybe I'm just taller than I imagined. Hey, England! For the entirety of this video, I'm gonna be calling this sport football and this sport soccer, okay? Oh, blimey, mate, we got a cheeky bugger here, we do. Well, pip-pop cheerio, hope a stiffy wanks your knockers, God save the queen. One time during Thanksgiving, I was a little kid, like 11 or 12, and I was playing football with my dad and his other 40-year-old friends. So me being the littlest, I wasn't particularly the best player, but while we were playing, I freaking caught the ball. I caught it! And then I just started booking it across the field. I've probably never ran so quickly my entire life. And I actually made it. I scored a home run. Woo! Wasn't enough room for everyone in the class to get a spot on the boat, and the kids who actually helped build it got a reserved seat. But since I was a scrawny white boy that didn't take up much space, I got to sit in the very front. Later in life, she was the first girl to ever slap me. One time a poem we were reading had someone talking, so there were quotation marks at the start of the sentence, but there weren't quotation marks at the end. The poet forgot to put end quotes. I remember noticing it and thinking, aha! A clue! Mr. Poe, I just made a breaking discovery. There's no end quotes here, meaning that the whole rest of this poem is told by this character. And Mr. Poe said, oh no, that's just a typo. Well, frickin', why am I perfectly nitpicking this piece when the poet purposely put poor punctuation in his poems? Pterodactyl! One time while we were singing a song, the teacher said, stop. Who's flat? Then she pointed at a boy and told him, you, sing. And he sang for a bit. Then she pointed at another boy, you, sing. Then she went through a couple more, and then she pointed to me and said, you, sing. And I sung. Did anyone else, when you were little, think that your teacher lived at the school? Because I remember one time my kindergarten teacher came to school in her pajamas and told us that she lived at the school. And that made perfect sense. Yeah, this is your home. This is the only place I ever see you, therefore you— Hey, Mom, I just want to say that you have a hoarding problem. Like, seriously, you need to throw some stuff away once in a while. Okay, bye. Man, I love her. And I know in the video I said that I made it when I was like 9, but looking back at this, I want to say that I was like 6 months old. It's that bad. Wah. You might not be able to tell from the comic, but that's the sound of a fire truck pulling up, because in panel number 3, there's firefighters saying, where's the fire? And you know they're firefighters because this guy's holding a fire hose. That's a hose, okay? I was 6, you perverts. And we see Garfield say, yes, it is. So like I said, I don't know what this one's about. I don't know what the joke is. I just don't get it. So 7-day vegan challenge, baby. Solves all your problems. Can't get enough sleep? 7-day vegan challenge, baby. Can't find your car keys? 7-day vegan challenge, baby. People keep interrupting you? You wanna die? 7-day vegan challenge, baby. With this log after each day, I'm not gonna read all of it, just the first and last day of the challenge. Because days 2 through 6 can pretty much be summed up in By the way, that was vegan cheese in the video. I didn't just put normal cheese on the veggie burger, guys. Okay, I'm not a heartless creature, I care about cows. At first, we walked into the hotel lobby, I looked at my hand and it's all bloody and I said to Jaden, my hand's bleeding. And then freaking Jax Films out of nowhere just walks up and just gets in like a normal person. I don't know what Jaden was thinking, but you know what she did? She just walked in. So I followed right behind her. And there we were, with Jax Films. The door closes, we're in a small space, he's a YouTube star, and keep in mind my hand's still bleeding. So used to telling other people I meet that I make stupid videos, but then he says, it's not stupid. And I think, he's right! It's not stupid! I told you this trip was life-changing. Me and Jaden go to this secret backstage food place where all the YouTubers go and eat because they can't eat in public. People aren't supposed to know we eat food. And we see Jax Films, and we also see Markiplier and Boogie. I'm sorry for stalking you guys. Who reads now? Which is why you guys should try Audible. Audible is a great website that, I'm just kidding, they didn't sponsor me. Kylie or Marie. I'm gonna just go to this website called googleimages.com real quick. Okay. See, these are the type of questions where it's just like, whew, I have to do research. It's not it. Oh, shoot. Oh, clicking does stuff. Oh, geez, the recording stopped and I had to restart. Oh, haha. I forgot I can't hold things. So in Tetris, you want to make a Tetris. Oh yeah, look at me go. I'm doing it. Oh man, I'm going so hard. I named myself Alex for some reason. I will admit, your characters look a little familiar. Oh, possible plagiarism. Oh, no. Oh, James, you didn't hate your roommates. You just mildly disliked them. Yes, I did. I'm being serious. Making comics and YouTube videos was what kept me sane. And that first night of being on my own and my tablet broke, I cried, guys. I couldn't even eat food. I was that sad. I hit rock bottom. I remember just watching Captain Sparkles and Game Grumps highlights all day. One day he told me, my ex-girlfriend doesn't want our dog anymore, so he's coming to live here. What? So this boy wants to bring a dog in an already very small cramped apartment. I couldn't believe this. The dog's name was Snoopy and I loved him. Own piñata out of paper mache. And it turns out making homemade piñatas are easy. All you gotta do is blow up a balloon, cover it in paper mache, wait for it to harden, pop the balloon inside, cut a hole open, fill it with candy, cover the hole back up with paper mache, paint it, and then beat it senseless. Called out.
All right, class, James's mom made us a piñata, so we're all gonna go outside and whack it.
Oh yes, this was perfect. It was our birthday, we got to beat up a piñata at school. I have the best mom. But did this teacher let the whole class down? No. You know what she did? Bless her soul. She said,
all right, class, we're all gonna take turns throwing this against a curb.
But even though you won't be able to afford college at a minimum wage job, every penny helps because college is important. Except in my case, I dropped out of college. School is for nerds! Looking for a certain type of person working for them. But all I heard was, get out of this store, you stupid, stupid boy. What makes you think I would ever hire you? Certain type. Are you looking for a person who puts all the sour cream on one half of the burrito? Is that what you mean by certain type? Because you seem to have an excess amount of people of that certain type. Hashtag boycott Chipotle because he didn't hire James like 3 years ago. And I told them, yeah, okay, I'll leave. And as I was walking to my car, I was doing the problem in my head. And I was like, no, I did it right. And then in the car, I even got out a piece of paper and I did the problem again. No, I'm still right. But then they told me they'd give me a second chance. Ooh, I was ecstatic. I had to go to Target and buy another nice shirt because I only own one nice shirt and it'd be weird if I showed up in the same shirt. I get there, I get the problem about a farmer and his fence. I totally nail that problem. But my dogs have found that the most comfortable part of the bed is right dead center in the middle. So I just gotta finagle my way into a comfortable position. And if the dog leans up against you or sits on your leg, then you're obligated by dog law not to move because you might disturb the dog. And you love them too much to do that. And so they're both right next to my face. But then in the morning, if there's another person or God forbid another dog outside, then that means there are probably microorganisms dying on you every second. At least 12 of them have died on you since you started watching this video. But chances are that some of them are probably doing it on your kneecaps, on your eyelashes. Microorganism, more like micro-orgasm. Every night when you hop into that empty bed of yours, you're sleeping with billions of microorganisms. You slut. Science fair. I was talking to a friend saying, oh, I know, I can do a video about the science fair and, talk about how much it sucks. And she said, oh, at my school, we didn't do the science fair. What? But for another year, I did what color light is the hottest. I just shined a lamp at a thermometer and switched out the bulbs. I know I'll let Neil say what he thinks about that whole project.
Okay, red light is warmer than blue light. Interesting discovery, but not exactly revolutionary.
Thanks, Neil. Yeah, just completely discredit all my research. I'm fine. For this thing called Cub Scout Day Camp. I don't know if it was just an Arizona thing, but I hated it. Cub Scout Day Camp took camping and made it unfun. And surprisingly, even as a 7 and 8-year-old, I loved camping. Really, James? Someone who sits in front of the computer all day drawing Pokemon? You like toughing it out and sleeping in the woods? Yes! Oh, yes! If you've never been camping, get on that I was climbing on. And I kept getting all these scrapes and bruises, and they really hurt. And then we went swimming. That was one of the activities. There was a swimming pool. But just being the little punk kid that I was like, no, I don't want to go swimming. So they made me sit off to the side, and they said I couldn't swim. But then later I was like, I want to go swimming now. The next morning, when I was supposed to leave for the third day, I told my mom that I didn't want to go, and she had to tell the carpool that her son didn't want to go because he's a huge puss. I'm excited to tell you this story. Wow! So, haunted houses. I suddenly panicking because the fish looks like he's going to die in 3 seconds if we don't do something. I start thinking of places we can put the fish. The toilet. But Balake, without saying anything, just immediately bent down, cupped the tiny fish in his hands. He ran back to the table, he put the fish in an empty goblet, and then he poured red Kool-Aid into the cup. Nah, I'm just kidding. He got a water bottle from under the table because they gave us water bottles, and the fish was fine, ladies and gentlemen. It all happened so fast, and thanks to Balake's quick thinking, he saved this little kid's fish. And then he just chugged the drink! Balake! He drank the fish! And this little kid let out the most blood-curdling scream. It sounded like this kid just watched his pet get swallowed by a complete stranger. It was honestly the loudest scream I heard that night. The kid started trying to attack Balake, and I'm sure if he had the correct tools, he would have murdered him. Balake eventually spat out the fish. He didn't swallow it, thankfully. He just kept it swimming in his mouth. But I mean, that's what you gotta do when you're working in a haunted house. You have to scare people any way you can. I was just a bystander, and I still wake up in a cold sweat.